We created products that Jada Williams and Dame Lillard consider essential.
We want to do our small part of making the world better.
You know, when you have Damian Lillard and Chris Paul associated with your brand from day one, and actively, telling their audience about the brand, that helps. My name is Nate Jones. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Move, LA native, and this is my hustle. The reason we started this company, it's a convergence of years of work and love of sport.
I'm Micah Katz. I'm the co-founder, co-CEO of Move. I had a company that I started called Cap That. We did merchandise for a good bit of the music industry. One of the artists that I worked with is Dame Dalla, who's more commonly known as Damian Lillard.
I've been a sports agent working with NBA players for about 14 years. At the same time, I've been playing basketball my entire life. At the beginning of 2019, I started revving up to play basketball again after taking some time off and had a crazy plantar fasciitis issue. It got my mind in a place of thinking about trying to find a solution for my problems. Quickly realized that there was, the market was old and sleepy.
He had this concept that he was working on in disrupting insoles. In early 2020, we started Move.
The shoes that you buy from, retailers, they come with cheap factory sock liners. They are trying to have as much profit as possible. And, if you're taking something off the shoe, you're not gonna take something off the look of the shoe, you're gonna take something from the internal portion of it.
My name is Cam Pashai. I am co-founder and creative director of Move. Everything kind of grew from a love of hoops. So the idea behind the color system that we ended up going with, we believe this is a product that stays with you all day, all night, as long as you're wearing sneakers, as long as you're standing.
When you talk to professional athletes, one of the things they always say is, I wish I would have known about taking care of my feet at an earlier age. We're focused on over-the-counter performance insoles, or the Game Day Pro. They're both based off of 120,000 foot scans from the top podiatry firm in pro sports. They have a proprietary arch shape based off of those scans. A lot of them, they end up in custom orthotics when they get to the pros because they have chronic issues that have developed over the years from not taking care of their feet.
We founded Move Insoles right at the start of the pandemic.
We came together and started working on the idea itself, and we didn't launch until December 2021. Now, we're a year later, and it's still, we're just at the beginning. My wife's looking at me like this dude is on his computer from 6 a.m. up late working on this project all the way through because I was that passionate about it, and I knew that was the type of effort it would take to get the company off the ground.
When you start a company, it's impossible to understand how many intricacies there are. Everybody's picked up the slack as we started this company. There's a year and a half in the lab where nothing's happening, and it's really just faith that we can get it done.
So the ombre we put together represents sunrise, sunset. I also felt it was really important that we stand out from anything else on the market. The vibrant colors really bring a nice youthful energy to an otherwise sleepy market. The great thing about Nate and I and how long we've worked together is our chemistry is actually fantastic. We very, very rarely on anything we've ever worked with bump heads. I think we have a very similar vision. He really respects everything that goes into all of this and kind of lets me do my thing. The process of coming up with a lot of this stuff is Nate is fully an ideas guy. He will kind of set the foundation of an idea and then leave it to me to build on top of that.
We started with basketball because our natural connections between our professional athletes, my experience in the business, it made sense for us to go after that market first. But now we're slowly going into different verticals. A market we're extremely excited about is girls grassroots volleyball. The women, they really go through it when it comes to potential injuries and things of that nature because of the pounding that happens from playing that sport. It's a high impact sport. And now as we're going into the off the court business with the retros and things of that nature and trying to make a product that if you talk to anyone that loves retro sneakers, they love the way they look, but not the way they make them feel. And with our all-day product, it's an off-the-court product, we've unlocked, modern comfort for, the everyday sneakerhead.
other brands don't take into consideration is comfort. It is heavily an afterthought with other brands. When you create something like this, almost from the ground up, from a different set of eyes than how other brands tend to begin, you look at things from the perspective of a sneakerhead or someone who wears these every day, especially considering that most people now are leaning towards running shoes. Why? Comfort. So if you can bring that to just about any other sneaker on the market, your money.
We talk about what's on the inside all the time. When you're thinking about what motivates you, it's on the inside. And so much of today's consumerism is what's on the outside. So we pride ourselves on selling a product that nobody's necessarily going to see, but it's for you.
We have 4 female ambassadors, 3 of them at the NIL level, 1 at the professional level. We currently have 6 current and former NBA players as investors in our company. Main one, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, who's one of our lead investors and has been an ambassador for us. The reason Chris is so exciting is that he's probably more invested at the grassroots level in grassroots basketball than any NBA player. He's got camps, AU teams. Jamal Crawford, who he's almost like the godfather of basketball in Seattle, has influenced so many NBA players today. So having his backing and all of that has helped tremendously. We've also, beyond that, we have a sports medicine distribution lane that's allowed us to get into Division I colleges. One of the most exciting things about our product so far is word of mouth has carried our brand to date.
One of the measurements that we've seen, almost every review we have comes with a photograph. People are showing off the insoles. We've accomplished our goal for year 1, which is bring excitement and educate young athletes about the need for insoles. This inflection point that we're at the start of year 2 is how do we build a company around that? It was a lot of throwing things at the wall, seeing what worked, and now we need to double down on what worked, cut out what didn't work, give up things that we've been doing ourselves so we can focus on the growth of the company.
A quote that inspires me as an entrepreneur actually comes from our co-founder, Damian Lillard. He says, if you want to look good in front of thousands, you have to outwork thousands in front of nobody. And it makes perfect sense. My hustle is all about maximizing the opportunities in the things that I love. I've loved basketball in particular my entire life, and figuring out a way to always be involved and always be connected to basketball in some way through business and maximizing those opportunities is really what my hustle is about.